Hey, I would like to just first of all give a disclaimer that I am in no way a professional. I'm just sharing my journey. So go ahead. Everything that you happen to hear on this channel, it'd be good if you went along and did your own research. So now I'll be sharing my daily routine. So the very first thing I would have done on the morning is oil pulling, which is when you take a tablespoon of coconut oil, sesame seed oil, grapeseed oil, or carrier oil, and just switch it into your mouth for about 15 minutes. And it's best that you spit it outside because it can cause plumbing issues. It can cause clogging. The next thing I would have done is to brush my teeth, which I did with a mixture, baking soda and coconut oil, which worked very well for me. Very simple. And yeah, I did change my toothbrush into either bamboo bristles, or there was one specifically made with charcoal. And then I would drink a bottle of water, half a liter to a liter full. It is very good for flushing the system. I always had water. Every hour I'd try to drink water, whether it be coconut water or if it was plain water, not tap water, but I always had something in it, whether it be lemon, apple cider vinegar, molasses, chlorophyll, garlic, Himalayan salt, charcoal, sea moss. My water always had something that I could have benefited from. And then what I would do is my facial steaming, or my body, just as seen in the picture. That's exactly what you do. A small tub of hot water and throw a towel right over your face or your body. And the mask that I would use is the Aztec clay mask with apple cider vinegar. In some cases I would have added turmeric to pretty much put down the redness, the inflammation, in terms of pulling out the blackheads that I had at the time, as well as the pimples. I would have added a little charcoal to it as well, and just allow my mask to set in, because the hot water had already opened my pores, so everything to pretty much be pulled up to the surface. After removing the mask, I would have used either the black soap or a sulfur soap. Be careful as to which black soap that you buy. There are some that are titled black soap, but it's far from it. So I have a picture there that you would see. So later on in my journey, I started using Farm Essence soap, which were very, very beneficial. My favorite ones I loved using, because at the time I was pretty much trying to get rid of scarring, was the tamarind soap. And there's also a oatmeal spinach, which is very, very good. And I just love the cucumber mint, and all of them smell awesome without fragrances. Black soap has so many nutritional benefits, but it really did help me in terms of preventing any new breakouts. So it really helped me. It was drying to my skin, that's why moisturizing was very important. So what I used to moisturize at the time was actually soft candle, which I purchased at SNS. They do sell them in little tubs. You will see a picture. And the soft candle did help in terms of those pimples that were very difficult in terms of popping on their own. Just rubbing in the soft candle did help a lot. And one oil that I used was rose oil. Rose oil, it has a little thickness to it, but at the same time it's kind of light, so a little goes a long way. Where you could purchase the rose oil is at Nature's Best. I believe it's under $15, and there are so many essential oils that you can get from there. In my soft candle, there are times where I use tea tree oil, black seed oil, and it worked wonders. It was a beautiful blend. I am still using it up to this day. and there's also cedar wood in there as well. So that mixture has been working. I have not changed it at all. I've been using it for quite some time. In terms of the clearing of acne scars, I do have a few scars, but I'm actually working on them. I'm actually experimenting with a soap, and once I believe that it has worked, I will be sharing that with you guys. There is a few things I need to mention in terms of teas, but I will have them listed in a while. Yes, I use rose water. After washing the soap off of my face, I would just pretty much spray the rose water onto my face and just make sure it gets absorbed, and then I would apply my soft candle and whatever oil I was using at the time. It is good to make a mix of your own, so whenever you wash your face, it's already there, ready to use. There was a time I actually used a spin brush, those brushes, to exfoliate the face, but I felt like it was actually breaking out my skin, because I believe at the time it was way too sensitive for such a thing to be rubbing off of the skin that was already irritated. But in terms of brushing my entire body, what I would do was dry brushing. Dry brushing does a lot for the lymphatic system. This is our drainage system for the body, which is very important that it is flowing properly. So what dry brushing would do is actually move the lymph in the direction that it needs to go. There are plenty videos on YouTube about the lymphatic system. It'd be good if you guys actually took some time to have a look at it. The lymphatic system, and as well as your thyroids, how important your thyroids are to you. For those who have actually gone through scary situations like cancer, or have already taken out lumps, it is very important that your lymphatic system is really flowing. Especially for us women, deodorant is one thing I took serious, because I have been one who has actually taken out 2 lumps from my breast, and I definitely do not want any more of these. So changing your deodorant is very, very important. The simpler, the better in terms of ingredients. So I will be listing the one that I'm currently using. And yeah, the dry brushing, it might feel tedious at times, but it's best that you do so. In terms of cleansing the lymphatic system, a rebounder was something that I used every day. If you can use it for 10 minutes or less, 5-10 minutes, it would be very good. If you do not have a rebounder, a jump rope is just fine. It'll work perfectly. And even using the rebounder, you'd feel the waist moving. If you happen to be constipated at the time, just using the rebounder alone will send you to the washroom. So weight loss will come. In terms of what you drink and eat is very important, but exercise is very important. A few things that I used to eat, they were not guilty pleasures, but they were healthy. When I felt like there was nothing to eat, coconut jelly was one thing that I really indulged in. You could get coconut jelly at the market. There are people who sell it in bags, and it's super filling. But drinking the coconut water is very important as well, to keep you hydrated, and it does help your skin clear out wonderfully. If you were to just crack open the coconut, just splash some water on your face, allow it dry, and it will do wonders. There's also an upcoming trend that I have tried that is the sea moss mask. It's awesome, so you could try that as well. But yeah, I usually have a sea moss latte as well. Simple ingredients: your sea moss, turmeric, your spices, your coconut milk, and the best latte you could ever have. In terms of sugar, you could always use agave or honey, but if you really want to have a radical change in terms of your skin, it's best you stay away from sugars. So in saying that, I need you to, whenever you go to buy stuff, look at the labels. Things may be written to deceive us in terms of being vegan, where it's far from it. You need a plant-based product that is clean. The multivitamin that I used, I did buy at Nature's Discount. It's that very same brand that you're seeing here, but for women it is very good. It's in terms of your hormone health, it will have every single thing that you need. In terms of teas, I drank a whole lot of teas, and the very flask bottles that I had were beneficial. So I used dandelion, milk thistle, raspberry tea, blue vervein, rosemary, basilic, and sea moss, of course, and this guy who's just having a fun time here, this is Akim. He believes in an alkaline diet. He also has his very own YouTube channel, and it has a very great following, but there is so much you guys can learn from him. He has his very own testimony as well, and he also holds a retreat here in St. Lucia every year, which is with Priskelash. So good stuff, good vibes. Health is coming to St. Lucia, and I just ask that you guys embrace it and come to it with an open mind. Don't think that you will never be vegan, or not really necessarily vegan, because it's pretty much attached to being animal cruelty free, but more plant-based. With a plant-based diet and with a healthy mind, exercise, water, sunshine, and so many other things, you can regain your health. The body is capable of healing itself. So with that being said, I would just like to say thank you guys for having a listen, and may your journey be one of healing. Thank you.